Step into the refined, high-stakes world of modern luxury hospitality. If you look at the most successful hotels in the world today, from those grand historic properties to the really cutting-edge boutique resorts, you're going to find that their success isn't just driven by beautiful architecture or high-end amenities. Actually, it's driven by the stories told about them. Today, we're exploring the profound mechanics behind user-generated content and social proof in this explainer. We're going to analyze exactly how guest narratives have literally become the most powerful currency in modern hospitality.
Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We've got 1. Welcome to modern hospitality. 2. The power of guest storytelling. 3. Social proof and booking confidence. 4. Anatomy of user-generated content. 5. Cultivating shareable hotel moments. And finally, 6. Managing the guest narrative.
Let's start with Section 1. Welcome to Modern Hospitality, your online learning journey. Consider this explainer the beginning of a highly focused educational path. The insights we're about to cover, they aren't just abstract theories. They are practical, operational realities aligned with the absolute best AI-supported practices in the industry. As future leaders stepping into luxury lobbies and revenue offices, understanding these dynamics is absolutely non-negotiable.
Moving on to Section 2, the power of guest storytelling, where we look at the guest as the ultimate storyteller. The whole paradigm of how we sell hotel rooms has completely shifted. It's a real game changer. In the past, a hotel controlled its entire narrative through glossy brochures and carefully curated ads. Today, that control has been handed right over to the guest. Their authentic, on-the-ground experiences are just infinitely more impactful than any traditional promotion we could ever dream up.
So let's define exactly what we're talking about here. User-generated content, or UGC, refers to the authentic narratives created when guests voluntarily share their experiences. Now, the absolutely crucial word here is voluntarily. When a guest takes out their phone in a beautifully lit hotel restaurant, snaps a photo, and shares it with their network without being paid to do so, that carries enormous weight. It resonates so deeply with potential travelers because it's unvarnished reality. It makes it one of the most influential forms of hotel storytelling in existence.
Which brings us nicely to Section 3, social proof and booking confidence, reducing uncertainty. When we analyze the psychology of travel, booking a hotel is inherently an act of faith, isn't it? A guest is committing their hard-earned money and, more importantly, their precious vacation time to a place they might have never ever visited. Social proof is that psychological phenomenon that directly reduces that uncertainty.
Let's compare these two approaches. Think of it like this. On one side, you have branded messaging. This is your traditional promotion, the polished photos, the official website copy. And while it's definitely necessary, it naturally carries a lower level of trust. On the flip side, you have guest experiences. This is real people genuinely enjoying the hotel. The simple truth of modern consumer behavior is that guests trust other guests significantly more than they trust official corporate messaging. Seeing real people enjoying a property, that provides the ultimate reassurance that the experience is actually going to live up to the marketing hype.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the academic perspectives from Europe Hotel School London emphasize trust as a central driver of hospitality sales. User-generated content supports that trust far more effectively than traditional promotion ever could. Trust isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling, right? It's a measurable driver of your bottom line. If there is no trust, there is no sale, period. And honestly, nothing builds trust faster than peer validation.
Let's transition right into Section 4, Anatomy of User-Generated Content, Visuals, and Evaluations. Because look, not all social proof is created equal. To effectively leverage it in real hotel operations, we've got to understand its structural makeup and how these different pieces of content work together to convince a potential guest to finally hit that Book Now button.
So, user-generated content takes several distinct forms, and they all contribute differently. First up, photos and videos. These are your visual anchors. They vividly showcase the atmosphere, the lighting, the exact mood of your lobby or your pool area. They grab attention. But visual content alone isn't always enough to close the deal. That is where reviews and testimonials step in. Reviews provide those specific, granular details like complimenting how ridiculously comfortable the bed is or the helpfulness of the concierge. Testimonials provide the overall evaluation.
It's like a giant puzzle. When you combine the visual atmosphere with detailed, written evaluations, you create this complete, holistic picture of the guest experience that is incredibly persuasive.
All right, Section 5. Cultivating shareable hotel moments. Intentional operational effort. Now, there's this really common misconception out there that user-generated content just happens magically on its own. Well, spoiler alert, it doesn't. Generating a steady stream of high-quality social proof requires proactive, highly intentional operational effort from your entire hotel team. Let's walk through the precise operational steps to actually cultivate this. Step 1. Create shareable moments. This means designing physical spaces or service touchpoints. Maybe it's a spectacular dessert presentation or a breathtaking view from the suite that practically beg to be photographed. Step 2. Engage with guest posts. When a guest tags your property, your digital team must be ready to jump in and interact. Step 3. Repost and express appreciation. These simple actions, like sharing a guest's beautiful photo on the hotel's official channels, massively reinforce their participation and build deep brand loyalty. You are literally rewarding them for acting as your storyteller.
And that brings us to Section 6, Managing the Guest's Narrative, focusing on responsiveness and professionalism. Cultivating the content is only half the battle. Once that social proof is out there in the wild digital ecosystem, it requires meticulous oversight. This is exactly where your professionalism truly shines.
So the crucial point is this: responsive management actively amplifies your credibility. When you acknowledge positive reviews and comments, it shows attentiveness. It proves there are real human beings behind the brand who actually care. But honestly, even more importantly, how you handle negative feedback is what defines your reputation. Addressing criticism constructively and professionally demonstrates real transparency and a genuine commitment to improvement. By embracing all guests' voices, yep, the good and the bad, hotels extend their storytelling far beyond their official channels, proving their integrity to the entire world.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a challenge to consider as you continue your studies at Europe Hotel School. User-generated content and social proof, they aren't just trendy marketing buzzwords. They are the absolute bedrock of modern decision-making. So, ask yourself, as future hospitality leaders, how will you adapt operations to prioritize authentic guest voices over traditional advertising? Think about those luxury lobbies, the front desks, and the revenue offices you're going to be commanding very soon. How will you make your guests the heroes of your hotel story? Thank you so much for joining me for this session. I strongly encourage you to carry this perspective forward into your exciting careers.